Hey everyone, it's Veronica Farmer here from Angel's Rest. I am an intuitive and body listener. Today I wanted to share with you some of the interesting things that I'm seeing around the idea of anxiety. So maybe 3 or 4 years ago, in the clients that were coming in, I maybe see 1 in 30 people complaining of anxiety, and now it's 1 in 2. So it's certainly ramped up big time. And what's more concerning to me is a lot of the young children that I see and hear are starting to come in with a whole bunch of nervous tics and a whole lot of nervous condition stuff coming up as well. And I wanted to tell you what I'm uncovering in here, what the body is telling me when I work with people, certainly what I'm seeing. So the first thing that I'm feeling when I put my hands on someone's body when they're suffering from anxiety is instead of the very normal natural flow of energy that runs that fluid up and down through the brainstem, down through the spine, that lovely flow that I normally feel, it's shaky, rattly, and very overwhelmed. And it's almost like it's electrically charged in a very unhealthy way. It's like the normal rhythm has been really messed with. And the culprit is the same culprit that we're all talking about, which is our phones. There's too much technology time. It's overwhelmed from too much electrical stimulus coming in. So what do we do about that? Because our phones obviously and technology is such a big part of our life now. It's about impeccable boundaries of when you will put the phone down to allow yourself time to recover through your body. That's really, really important. So if we think about laying in bed at night at 10 o'clock at night and you know it's got boring but you're still doing it, that would be a really good time to put it down. You're actually past the line of enjoyment and you're now into just scroll. Turn it off, put it away, for the health of your body. Why is that important? Because your nervous system is important, your immune system is important, your digestive system is important, your libido is important. All of these things are affected by how healthy and strong your nervous system is. And if your nervous system is on high electrical charge constantly, then it's not going to be in its full power. So think about some impeccable boundaries that you can lay down for yourself about your phone use. The other important thing to understand is how you're using your phones, or for our little people, the iPads. The biggest issue that we've got with nervous system interference is how we're using them. And it's with our head tilted forward, it's the weight of a bowling ball coming down and squashing this incredibly important nerve, the vagus nerve, that's responsible for taking you back into calm, restful relaxation. Now, that vagus nerve has a beautiful conversation from belly to brain, from brain to belly. Something like 80% of our serotonin is made in our belly. This is our feel-good chemical, and that is sent up through the beautiful vagus nerve and soothes and calms our mind. Now, what's happening with this forward motion with our phones and our iPads, particularly with children, and you know, everywhere you look, people are sort of sitting like zombies with their heads dropped down this way. First time in history, humans have held their heads like this. I mean, we're used to sort of bending down doing something, but our normal way of being is this way, not shoved down. So hours and hours of your head shoved down, it's almost like you put your foot on the hose of that important nerve. So what that means is that you're not getting that flood of calm, that flood and reminder of the body to rest and revive. And that is why little children that are coming in here, their bodies are telling me that it's that is the reason for these tics, these nervous system issues that we're seeing with all these children. They're just not getting that normal healthy flow of calm the body down that the vagus nerve does. So what do we do about it? Well, one of the things that I recommend that you do, because you're not going to throw away your phone and the kids are not going to throw away their iPads, is how they use them. So get on your bellies
and hold your phone this way as much as you can when you're at home, if you're going to be using it at home. And what it does too is after a period of time, you're going to start to feel quite tired through here. And if you're tired through here, then so is your mind. So if you're starting to feel tired laying this way, then it's time to put the phone down for a little while and go and make a cup of tea or do something kind of lovely and human. But with children, they've got to be laying this way as much as they are sitting up the other way. So start to bring that into your home where you get more of that, more of this length through the neck, which is very protective and able to build power back into your vagus nerve. So that's really important. That's the first thing that I'm hearing about anxiety on the table. The second part is the way that we're interacting, and I've talked about that in another video a little bit earlier this week, where I threw down a challenge and said, come on, have a real human interaction with just one person. And why? Why is that important when we're feeling a body that's anxious on the table? Well, what I'm feeling is sadness and loneliness in a lot of people's bodies. Even though they're spending all day sending messages back and forth via Facebook, Messenger, WhatsApp, doesn't matter how you're sending those messages electronically, you're not getting that same beautiful chemical kick human to human interaction offers. So again, if you've got issues with anxiety, I absolutely recommend that you be very brave and invite, connect, make plans to have some eye-to-eye, warm, slow connection with someone this week. The more you do that, the slower your communication, the slower the connection, the healthier and more empowering it is. And it starts to soothe those feelings of loneliness and sadness which activate anxiety. There's two ways. Third reason that I'm feeling for a massive growth in anxiety in humans that are coming in here is on more of the macro level. This is kind of really interesting. So there's a real discomfort about what's going on in the world, and this is something I'm feeling in children and things I'm feeling in adults as well. Now, in our mind, and as we grow up in the world, we're taught that if we have enough financially to look after ourselves and look after the people that we love, and enough to have an enjoyable life, you know, get the nice cars and the nice watches and all the things and the right diamond with the right person, then, you know, life's pretty cool. Our body doesn't feel that way, just so you know. The body is very different from that. The body is much like, you know, when we see a group of animals come together, if there is something that is frightening or threatening on the outskirts of where those animals are, they are all going to feel it at the same time. There's also a great sense, as you notice, with animals for community. And we have that. Our bodies have that. So our bodies hunger for community, they hunger for warmth, they hunger for touch, they hunger for things feeling safe out in our world. And there is a connection between our bodies feeling good and our planet being in a good state. Why is that? Well, if you think about how everything kind of began, there was some kind of explosion at a certain period of time that happened in space that then created all these elements and chemicals that then started to explode out and become planets in our universe, and so on and so on. And everything has come from that, including this. So the breath that you've just breathed could have been inside a whale last week. We are creatures that move in and out of mass, in and out of life, and we share this planet with each other. So if there's things that are going on this earth that aren't great, then you sure are going to feel it very naturally through your body, even though you can look around and go, look, I've got everything I need. Why would I really care about a war that's happening there, or some things that are happening politically over there? Well, your body cares, because even if you are not particularly interested in the rest of the world, your body is. Your body loves everybody on this planet. It's not judgmental at all about that stuff, even though our minds are. So what can you do about that? Because sometimes we look at these situations, we go, look, we've voted these people in all over the world in a certain way, and
they seem to be working for, big business, and they seem to be working for oil, and they seem to be working for companies that are hurting our planet. There's nothing we can do about that. It's what we're stuck with. Now, I'm sure there's some people out there that will be doing something to change that, and I'd love to think that in time to come we actually have some incredible guardians of this planet that care enough about humans and the longevity of the planet and all the creatures on it to lead us in a way that is very loving and very thoughtful and thinks about where we're going to be in hundreds of years' time. But, in the meantime, what can each of us do to bring more comfort into our body that may be suffering and feeling what's happening on our earth? A lot of people are feeling fairly hopeless at the moment, and that's certainly adding to feelings of anxiety that I'm seeing in here. So what can you do? What you can do is do something that leaves some sort of legacy on this planet of warmth, and our bodies really, really love doing that sort of thing. So whether it's you get a couple of friends and you head up the local park or the local beach and you decide you're going to take some bags down there and you're going to pick up rubbish for that Saturday, and you're going to do that with warmth and some giggles and followed by a really nice lunch together. Or maybe you're a gardener and you grow a whole lot of extra veggies that then you take down to the old people's home and you drop them off. Maybe you've got a really good sense of humour and warmth, and maybe you've got a really lovely dog that's really friendly, and you might go and visit a nursing home or a hospital and just bring some warmth to other people. If you bring warmth to other people and you create more of a sense of loving community outside your obvious circle, this loves it. This loves it. I can't tell you how much the body loves it. So think about some ways that you could bring a bit more warmth, and you could leave a little small legacy of your own. It might be that you write some blogs about things that you know. It could be anything, really. But each of us has something rather beautiful to add into this great jigsaw puzzle of life here on Earth. So there's some ideas of what I'm feeling beneath the skin in people's bodies. I hope that's helpful to you. Just to finish, this is something that I always share with people. There is a wonderful way to take us immediately out of overwhelm, and that is to take a breath on purpose. And how you do that is you breathe into the count of 5 and sigh it out. And what you notice when you do this a few times, breathing in for the count of 5, give it a go, and sighing it out, is that your shoulders drop, your voice settles, and you can almost feel that flood returning calm through the body. Now, if you do this several times a day, you will bring more calm and more settled focus within the body. You're breathing anyway, so take some breaths on purpose. Good luck with your journey. If you're suffering with anxiety, do feel free to reach out, ask me any questions that you like. I'm always happy to help. Hope you have a beautiful day. I'll catch up with you real soon. Bye.